guys, it's Reverend Sage here, and I'm really glad to see you this morning and be with you for our Bible study. Today we're going to read together Psalm 23, which is a very special psalm that many people in the world, all over the world, love and read. A psalm is another word for a song, and there's a whole book of psalms in the Bible. Hundreds of different psalms that are songs to God. So let's read Psalm 23 and then we will talk about it afterwards. And I've already given you a little bit of a hint about what Psalm 23 is about. I wonder if you can guess what the hint is. That's right, it's the lambs and the sheep behind me, because Psalm 23 is about the Lord as our shepherd. So let's read the psalm and then we'll talk about it a little bit. We're going to read today from the Beginner's Bible. This is one of King David's songs about God. The Lord is my shepherd. He gives me everything I need. He lets me lie down in fields of green grass. He leads me beside quiet waters. He gives me new strength. He guides me in the right paths for the honor of his name. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid. You, God, are with me. Your shepherd's rod and staff comfort me. You prepare a feast for me right in front of my enemies. You pour oil on my head. My cup runs over. I am sure that your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever. That is Psalm 23. And sometimes you might hear it read with different words and in different translations, but it always is a very similar message. Now, I wonder what you heard in Psalm 23, some things we learn about how God works with us. Can you think of some things? You might want to pause the video and talk to your parents a little bit about what you heard in Psalm 23. But the most important thing perhaps from Psalm 23 is the idea that the Lord is our shepherd. Now we know that shepherds take care of their flocks and are always making sure they have what they need. And that is one of the most important ways that God is with us. God is giving us this beautiful earth with all the food that it is able to provide for us, giving us all the things that we need, one another, so that we can have what we need to live and to thrive. And we also learn in the psalm that sometimes we have to walk through dark valleys. Sometimes we go through dark places or times that are scary. And in this psalm, we learn that God walks with us in those dark valleys, and we don't need to be afraid. We also hear something kind of interesting that might be unfamiliar with you, the idea that the Lord prepares a table for us in front of our enemies and pours oil over our heads. Now, I wonder if you would like to have oil poured on your head. Probably not. But in the time of the Bible, oil was very precious. And priests would use oil to anoint kings and precious ones. So to have oil poured on your head was a sign of great blessing and abundance. And it was almost like a wonderful, well, it's hard to find a comparison and something that you would enjoy, but it was a great blessing and a mark of how special a person was. And so to say that the Lord will pour oil in our heads is recognizing how special each of us is. And to have a table prepared for us in front of our enemies, well, I hope you don't have any enemies. I hope you have mostly a lot of people who love you. But we get into fights and there are problems and people make enemies in the world. And what the psalm tells us is even when we're facing difficult times and feeling like we are not safe or that people are against us, God prepares food for us, a table where we can sit and where we could welcome one another and find peace. So Psalm 23 is a psalm that is just always nice to read and learn and say, especially when we're having a challenging time, to remember how God has given us so much and how God is continuing to be with us on the path. I would encourage you to maybe learn the psalm and think of it when you are needing a little extra support from God. Because the Lord is my shepherd, your shepherd, all of our shepherd, and always caring for us in every minute. Many blessings, you guys, and I hope you have a great week, and I hope I'll get to see you again next Sunday. Bye-bye.
You have special things to do, making other spirits bright. That's why God